really look forward to. Thinking about all those kids and remembering being, a long time ago now, but being one of those kids. Really cool, the energy that they brought. The next time we're in this gym, it'll be loud as well. And so it was a good practice in that way. So just a huge thanks to our marketing crowd who put together, who made the day or made the year of a lot of little kids today. So a lot of effort goes into that, very little of which involves me. So I'm really grateful for the group that put that together.
What can you learn from a game like this, and what did you learn?
We'll know a little bit more as we watch it. I think we got to be a little bit sharper. We got to play with a little better purpose, regardless of the opponent. We got to look better on the glass. We rebounded about 25% of our misses, which is something we're trying to be more attuned to. We'll know a little bit more as we watch it out.
Kayla got some more, minutes from the other day to today.
Yep.
What did you like about her activity this afternoon?
A lot of things. Kayla's an easy kid to root for. She's been injured most of her career here, and it's just totally locked into team success the whole time, right? And so as her minutes continue, as her minute restrictions continue to widen, she'll continue to play more. And she just plays with a great joy to her game, and these guys do a good job of celebrating her, and all she does a lot on the side, right? A lot of it is working on her body while these guys get to play. So, a lot of things to like about Kayla, both ends of the ball.
Coach, do you have any updates on Anya and Tiani and their timelines moving forward?
I don't. Anya's day to day, and we'll know more a little bit. I think they're getting close. So I didn't know. I was talking to TV last night, and I didn't know who was going to be playing, who was going to be cleared or not. So don't have an update yet.
With Alyssa, she didn't score as much as she usually does today, but her energy level on both sides of the ball. Just what can you say about that? It seems like she's constantly just sprinting everywhere.
Yeah, her effort is elite. And that's what the next level are telling us, is that kid is elite because of her effort. And she's such a competitor. She's relentless, and she does it for the team. It's really remarkable. So she's frustrated, I'm sure, because she wasn't as sharp as usual. But those of us sitting up here, we get what we get. Well, we get what we get from Alyssa. I'm quite thrilled every time. So I'm the president of the fan club of Alyssa, for sure.
For Paulina and Deja, can you talk about the chemistry of the backcourt, the newcomers, and how that's going?
Yeah, I think us getting a lot of those reps in practice, being able to gel with each other has been really, really fun. We have so much talent, and we're all pretty versatile from that guard spot, from that backcourt spot. So I think that's what makes us kind of flow and be able to play well with each other. Obviously, we have a bunch of different kind of lineups in at a time throughout the game, so just being able to get used to playing with different people at different spots, I think is something that we're still working through. But I think just being able to have that much depth at that spot, I think is just very encouraging for sure.
To add on to that, I would say we're just such a deep guard group, and I feel like we all want to see each other do well, and we all want to see each other succeed at this level. And I feel like when we have a guard group that deep, it's so easy to play with them because we all know where we're supposed to be and stuff like that. So I think moving forward, just practicing together more and just making sure that we take the next step, because we're going to start playing a lot of better teams coming up.
And Paulina, you've come on strong in the first 3 games. What have you done to better your game in the off season?
I spent a lot of time in the gym this off season. I didn't go home for much because I wanted to stay here. I worked out a lot with Tiani in the gym because we knew that we had to make a big jump this year to help our team succeed this year. But again, just like going into games, I'm really just here to help my team win. So I did what I had to do off season.
Deja, what can you say about Renaya stepping in and into the starting lineup as a true freshman like you did 4 years ago? What can you say about?
Remember that one?
Yeah. What can you say about the moxie that takes?
Yeah, no, I think for her to be able to step up the past 3 games and kind of take on that role from jump as a true freshman, I think is huge and really good for us because again, we have so much depth again at that position. So I think, but for her to kind of take on that spot initially is really big. And she's finding her way, and she'll keep working through it, and we'll keep helping her. I'll keep helping her and talking her through it. But I think just her kind of knowing, she knows what to do generally at that spot. And again, I think she just needs to play some more college basketball games just to really get into her flow. But again, I think she's done a solid job for us.
Paulina, you mentioned spending a lot of time in the off season in the gym, things like that. What did those workouts kind of look like? What were some of the areas of your game that you were working on?
All my workouts are pull-up jump shots. I'm working really hard on my pull-up jump shots. I know that to get to the next level, I have to be a three-level scorer. A lot of defense, containing my own. But basically just those two areas, because I know that those are two areas that I need to grow in.
And the weight room, hit the weight room.
I did. I gained a couple pounds of weight on my body. I came in looking real skinny.
Coach, do you feel like the team communicated better today than they did against Davidson?
I mean, you guys were playing. What do you think?
I thought there was definitely better early communication. I thought there were some growth steps defensively for sure, but obviously, I don't think we'll ever be satisfied. I think there's definitely more work to do for sure.
You know, I'll say about that, Mitch, this is a coachable group. Everything we've kind of asked them to do, they've gotten better in, and I can't help but look at how much I really like this team and want them to be great right now. And it's incredibly tempting to want that kind of how they look now to be how they're, I want us to look like we should in February right now, right? And so it's like come and push-pull of like the patience and poise that it requires to grow in our journey, but also, with how much excitement I have for this roster, right? And so, I think that's kind of a constant battle. So yes, they're making progress and they stay coachable, and we, as I always say, their growth steps are very clear to me, and we just got to find a way to.
On that sort of same theme of communication, Z isn't someone who fills up the stat sheet, but when you watch the game and she's on the floor, she's doing a lot of talking. How valuable is it to have a senior doing that?
Absolutely, and to, everyone wants to play, everybody. There's not a kid on the roster who's just can't wait to sit on the bench all game, right? And so her ability to be ready when called upon and to every day in practice make sure that she is responsible for what she can be responsible for, right? So she knows our stuff, she knows our expectation. She's been asked to communicate on the bench, and so the ownership to her, the expectation, there's not a lot of examples like her.
For all three of you, can you speak to how you all spread the floor? I mean, you had 14 of the 18 field goals were assisted, so pretty unselfish.
I would say to win a basketball game, you need a team that's going to pass the ball and trust each other on offense. And I feel like we're not there yet at a point where we can all just go off the dribble and get ourselves a basket. I feel like we need each other to be able to score this floor shoot like we did, but we definitely have to grow on that because as we see 14 out of 18, it means that it's working. So we have to keep going with that, and I think that's just practice.
Yeah, I would agree. I think just us continuing to move the ball as well as our bodies on offense not being a little stagnant. I think there were moments where we kind of were that today, and it showed. And I think, that'll just come with us practicing, doing reps and live reps and things like that. But I think, there is a level of trust that we just have to go that extra step to actually do it. So I think that's encouraging to that, we're able to see it and learn from it. This is like what Coach said, this is a coachable group, so I think we'll be able to make that shift quickly.
Coach, Hampton was held to 11 points or less in every quarter. What do you think this says about the defense after such a closely contested Davidson game?
Yeah, this is a group that knows that where their goals are, their actions have to match that, right? And so defensively, we want to be better than the other team's offense, whatever they're running and whoever they are. And so I thought we made strides on the ball screen D today. That was better. Containing our own is always difficult, right? That's a difficult part against really good teams, and so we know that that's going to be an area of focus as well. But I expect this team to be good defensively. It was built to be good defensively, right? In two ways. One, because they're competitive, right? I remember all I heard about when we recruited Deja was she can't defend at your level, right? She's one of the better defenders in our league, right? And she wasn't when she got here, right? But she's competitive, right? Paulina too. She's not built to be great defensively. She's wired to be great defensively, right? All she cares about is winning, and so she's tough, right? And so we've built this team to be good defensively. So I have high expectations that this is a group that where they are now, that means they have to be a week better next week, and then they have to be a week better the next week defensively. There's no secrets about that in our locker room. That the expectation is how we build our team is I recruit the most competitive kids I can, and then they will get better at all areas of the game because of it.
You played Riley for a few minutes at the 5. When everybody's back, what role do you see her playing, and how has she progressed since she got to Chapel Hill?
she just, you got to stack days when you're a freshman. The best thing about a sophomore, sophomores is that you're no longer a freshman, right? And so the best thing about being a junior is that you're no longer a freshman. The best thing about being a senior is you're no longer a freshman, right? And so these guys just have to, the young guys, all of them, just have to keep stacking days. For them, practices are as valuable as games, and especially on a team with this much experience. And so it was really good to see Rye get some floor experience and to provide value when she was in. And so they just have to stack days, and they're doing that in practice. Our practices are oftentimes more competitive than some of the games we played, right? And so she's gaining valuable experience in practice.
Coach, I'm pretty sure I asked you this question 2 years ago about Kayla and Tiani, but what can you say about Sierra and Layla, staying enthusiastic in their support, even though obviously they're disappointed that they had to redshirt this season?
Yeah, these guys, first of all, those two kids are really, really, really good people. There's just they're adored by our staff and by our players. And the way they've been able to stay positive amongst their own personal setback is really remarkable, right? I mean, look what's happened to Sierra, especially coming in and being excited about playing with people like Deja and P, and knowing that she was a top 5 recruit nationally, and now her career is delayed a little bit. She has not had one moment of selfishness or sadness. She is just getting better. I mean, she's the last one. She's almost the last one to leave every day because she's working on her left hand. I mean, she's taking left-handed threes now. I mean, the kid is totally committed to being great here. And Layla as well. Layla's able to do more because she's not in a splint and all that. And so we're already able to work on her game. So yeah, those two kids they're total value adds. But obviously, as their coach and as these guys, as their teammates, our plan was to have them on the court. And so that's just never easy to stomach that, right? But they're total winners, and they're right where they belong.
How unique of a post presence has Maria been now that you have a chance to see it for a few games? Obviously, she was brought in for that purpose, but just how unique is it playing with her?
Yeah, Maria is good. I think being able to have her inside and the interior has been really good for us, and it opens the floor up everywhere else as well. I thought we should have gotten her the ball more today. So I think just being able to have her in practice, she's working, she's trying to make sure that she's on point with defensively, offensively, things like that, and just trying to work well with the experience that some of us other players already have. And she's very, very coachable. She just wants to learn, wants to get better, wants to win. So again, to have someone like that on the interior is definitely fun to play with.
And I know it's early, but have you seen kind of a change in the dynamic of the offense with her being out there as well?
For sure, yeah. I think because she makes her presence known, which is really good. And again, all our pros battle in practice every day, so that's great to have that position too. But she just makes her presence known in our offense, so people have to guard her, and she's really great touch around the rim. She gets in the face with her ball screens, things like, she sets ball screens with pace, things like that. And again, I think it just changes the dynamic. It opens the floor up way more as well, because we're going to find her more. But just for her to be able to be that much of a presence inside definitely helps us.
Deja, having to survive a kind of an upset bid the other day and then dropping the spot in the poll, did that motivate you guys? Did you guys talk about that?
No, I think that we're not paying attention to the rankings much this year, especially me personally. I think, I'm more focused just on our group and us continuing to get better every day. And, regardless of what they ranked us, I've been here for going on 4 years, and I've really never liked what I've seen within that sometimes. I think just really focusing on the main thing, which is us and ourselves, and just continuing to get better. And, our goal is to be one of the top teams in the end when it matters, and so that's really all our focus is on right now.
Got one more? No more? All right. Cool. Thanks, guys.